What's good, everybody, man? It's your boy, Mr. CDK Boxing. This is Sports Talk Network, man. I got none other than the man, the myth, the legend. Like I always like to say, my nephew in the building, man. Mr. Greg Hackett. How you doing this morning, my brother?
I'm chilling. What's the deal? How you feeling?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. I tell you all the time, I'm blessed and highly favored. I can't complain. Life is good.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm here.
Before we even get into boxing, this something that you know about, and I want to ask you because I've been having like to tell people certain things about when they come on stage, the way they talk. You know what I'm saying? As far as you know more about this, I'm sure that you are monetized on YouTube or whatever. Now I'm monetized on Facebook. I don't know the rules, the ins and outs, and the do's or don'ts. But the only thing I ever tell people when they're on my stage, if you can keep from saying the N word, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't think like certain people like that. And when you try to get sponsors and all that, I don't know how it affects you. So just so I can get clarification and know whether I'm right or wrong and where I go, do they look at that when you're talking the way you talk on your lives and stuff?
To be honest, I've never got like a notice or anything about anything I said or
Yeah,
anything that someone said. But we know how this world is ran, so I try to just stay away from the LBGTQ conversation.
yeah, definitely. And that's how I feel. Like I be trying to tell people, man, you ain't gotta like, man, listen. Everybody talking a certain way doesn't make you a tough guy, and it's not gonna make me believe you're a tough guy. You know what I'm saying? Like when people talk, you don't have to get up here and do all that crazy talking and stuff. I got a son and stuff. I know, man, you got. I try to keep it respectful, man. My son might want to look at my video, and I just want him to be able to look at it and not pick up on a lot of stuff, a lot of conversation.
Right. I
And
understand that.
and I definitely noticed that you don't do a lot of that on your stage or whatever. But I ain't got bro here for long and free, so I'm gonna try to get a few questions in with them. You know what I'm saying? If y'all don't mind, and if anything y'all want to ask them, y'all can ask them. But I'm trying to get this in with them real quick. Uh, Alberto Pullo, I want to start there first. That fight right there. In my mind, Greg, I felt like I had it scored 8-4. I'm not gonna lie to you. Now, D Free said he didn't get to watch the fight last night, my brother. I watched that fight. I've even tried to go back and look at it. I don't see how or any way they could have scored that fight for Cerebral Matias. How did you
Mm.
see that fight last night?
Oh man, that first of all, that was a great fight. Congratulations to both fighters. They did their thing. But I think what happens is when you're watching a fight like that, you say to yourself, "Well, whose fight is it?" And when you
Yeah,
look at Subriel Matias putting on the pressure he was putting on and throwing a abundance of punches that he was throwing, it's kind of like you got to give it to him because he's the one making the fight. Because if this fight wasn't being fought this way, then it would be at a slower pace, and Puyo would be doing a lot more. So I think now I'm gonna be fair. I think Puyo definitely won some rounds, but I just think because of the pace and because the output of Subriel Matias is why they gave him the fight.
okay. I can respect it. I definitely can respect it. I was looking at it more like in my sense of what I felt like that Alberto man was definitely, you know what I'm saying, like he wasn't the Tom and Jerry game is what they like to call it these days. And I didn't see that from him. I seen a
Yeah.
guy that was boxing, actually moving around and actually hurting Cerebral Material at that time, if you ask me. That's how I seen it. Like, I don't want them to start using this Tom and Jerry thing to take away from boxers actually boxing. And I feel
Yeah.
like that's about to happen.
Well, yeah, they definitely trying that. They trying to put their narrative out there. But here's the thing. I think why they gave it to Subriel too was because when the boxer is controlling the pace,
Yeah.
it's not so much going on. And you see the guy boxing and he landing shots and he making you miss. Now he was making Subriel miss at times, but he never slowed them down. He never slowed up the pace. The fight was being fought at 100 miles per hour the entire time. So I think maybe probably the slowest rounds was probably like the first two rounds, but after that it was all gas. So I think that's why they kind of felt forced to give it to Subriel Matias because two of the judges had it 115, 113. So that's a very close fight. And then the one
Yeah.
judge had it a draw. So you know what I mean? It was like
Yeah.
it was like, it was just a close fight. And I get it because I do favor the boxing The boxers. I like the boxers. That's my style. I like boxing, but at the same time, I understand the aggressive style too, and it makes you look at the pace of the fight. And then if you really look at how Subriel Matias was stepping on the gas, there was times that he had Puello looking like a victim. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So in a judge's mind, it's like, all right, well, this guy's winning the fight because he's taking it to this guy, and that's what you see in the entire time. So it's it was a little. I get it
yeah.
though.
So you get it. I'm gonna go back right quick to the David Morrell fight. I didn't get to see that fight. Now my brother D Free had it scored. I think he said 7-5 free.
For the which fight?
The David Morrell fight. You say you scored at
Oh no,
seven
that was
five
that
and
was
Morrell.
that was that was a 10 round fight. I had at 6-4.
Oh, 6-4. Okay. 6-4. Yeah, I didn't get to see the fight. So he had to
Yeah,
score 6-4. How did you see that fight, Greg? Do you think that Morrell won that fight?
That fight was similar as far as how the fight was being fought. The guy was trying to take it to Morrell, but here's the thing: Morrell actually froze that guy in his tracks a few times, hit him with some real good shots, and I think was just a cleaner puncher. The guy was effective, the guy was strong, and he did knock Morrell down. So that made it difficult to score from there because I do believe that Morrell won most of the rounds, but with that knockdown made it a closer fight. But I think they got it right as far as the scorecards, but. You know what I mean? Morrell was fighting. You could tell Morrell was fighting with his confidence. The reason I say that was because his last time in the ring was David Benavidez, and he didn't win that fight. So he started to question himself. Now against this guy, some people might say, "Well, he didn't look that good." Well, it's tough. It's tough to look good against a short, strong fighter like that. A guy who got long arms, he could punch, and he don't care about nothing. You know what I mean? So it was kind of tough to score, but I did like Morrell as the favorite. Because he landed the cleaner punches.
yeah. And when
Definitely.
when you look at it like you said, he got the knockdown, and when you score at 6-4, if you're doing it on a 10 count, I mean a 10 point must system, and you score at 6-4, that means David Morrell won by 1 point. He only
Right.
won by 1 point because that
Mm,
knockdown counted 2 points for the
yeah.
other guy. So
Right.
it was a close fight. I just think David Morrell won more rounds. Even though the guy got the knockdown, I thought David Morrell won more rounds.
Right.
Mm.
Right.
Yeah, and like I said, I
Mhm.
missed that fight. And you and Free, basically from what he said last night, y'all definitely on the same page of what he said. He felt the same way you do about that fight. And I hate I missed it, but I'm definitely gonna go back and watch it. And I'm trying
Mhm.
to run through this as quick as possible so I can get it in, you know what I'm saying, as far as what I want to ask you. I'm moving on. I'm gonna skip the co-main event, go to that last and talk about Edgar Berlinga and what we seen from him last night. And D Free, my man, he been telling me for weeks now that Edgar Berlinga basically is not that good of a fighter. You know what I'm saying? And I gotta say, I gotta agree with him. What do you think Edgar Berlinga's problem is right now?
I think Edgar Berlinga's major problem is the outside influence. You know what I mean?
Mm,
He always want to look good. He always want to have celebrities around. He want to talk about the money he spend. You know what I mean? It's the rapper antics. I don't think the rapper antics fit with boxers because
Mm.
mm-mm,
boxers have to be disciplined like army men. You know what I mean? So he kind of bought into his own bullshit. Now, I think he is a good fighter. I don't think he's a smart fighter. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
I think he's a good fighter because I think he's equipped with the skills. I think he's equipped with the punching power. I think he has a pretty good defense, but I don't think he's smart because what he did last night was totally irresponsible. You didn't have to do what he did. He sat there and waited for that shot. And I guess he just thought he was tougher than what he is or just more sturdy than what he is. And when he got caught with that hook, man, it was all she wrote. It was over.
Mhm.
yeah,
He's
it
not
was.
very good.
Yeah,
What he said,
and
Brian, did not very.
he
He's
was
not
he
very
was
good.
he was lunging in a lot. And see, the thing is, like, I seen Shiraz fight, and I knew that Shiraz was going to be the better boxer. I knew he was going to be the better boxer, and I told CDK this when we did the pre-fight.
Yeah.
What we thought who would win, and I said I thought Shiraz was going to outbox him. I didn't see the knockout coming. I didn't think Shiraz had that type of power, but I knew that he was the better boxer, and I was like, man, he's going to outbox this man. He's
Mhm.
definitely going to UD this guy. and CDK was like, nah, I'm gonna give it to Berlenga. I think Berlenga is
You there,
Hello?
free? Yeah,
Okay. I thought,
free.
yeah, you went out free.
He went out. You
trying to
went out,
fight him.
free. Okay, you
He
went out,
chopped
free.
off. Yeah, but nevertheless, Edgar Berlanga, and shout out to you, G. Uh, Edgar Berlanga, to me, I don't. Okay, we all pick. Well, I know that most of us picked Shiraz to win, but not by knockout. But uh,
I don't know what happened.
I'm not surprised he got knocked out because he's every time I see him, he's on the ground every fight. So I'm not surprised.
Mm.
Yeah, the problem. This is what I want to say right here with that fight. I think what happened. Last night, Greg. I seen Hamza basically beat him at his own game. Like I didn't know that he was gonna be able to fight inside like that. Were you surprised from that?
Well, his style, if you look at Hamza Shiraz's style, he has a good basic style. He keeps his
Yeah,
hands up, he keep his chin tucked, you know what I mean, and he worked behind his jab. I think I didn't see the knockout. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't see the knockout, but I knew that that Berlenga would have trouble with the height. You know what I mean, with the size, and also
yeah.
what I was mainly concerned about, and I thought would work for Hamza was the fact that he went up to 168. I think he's more
Mm.
of a 168 than he is a middleweight. I think he's too skinny at middleweight. He's too light in the ass at middleweight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree with that. He's very tall. What is he about 6'3", 6'4"? What is he?
Yeah, I think
Six
he's like
four,
Six
six,
three, six
eight,
three.
6'3". Yeah.
6'3". Man, he's tall, and I think he was really killing himself to make weight. And now I think he's right where he needs to be. And a lot of people are
Hmm.
comparing what Canelo done to what he done last night, saying Canelo couldn't get the job done. Now, does that make you feel better about Turnbull Crawford's chances now that you've seen what happened last night?
I mean, it just proves what I thought about Canelo being a natural 68 pounder. Canelo is not a natural 68 pounder. And that's okay because he's still Canelo and he can fight, but it just lets me know he doesn't punch as hard as people think. It's mainly his aura. Guys hear Canelo and they start shivering because
Mm-hmm.
they know he a killer. They know he gonna go after you. So I think he mentally beats guys before they even get in the ring. And I think
Hmm.
that's where Bud is going to prosper because Bud isn't afraid of him. So as long as he go in there and believe in himself, I think he can make something happen.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
So,
Free, what you anything you want to add? Free,
Oh no,
price.
I saw something last night. Somebody told me to go back and take a look at Saraz and look at that fight, and I went back and looked at it this morning, and what they said was even though we believe that Berlenga was a bigger puncher and was supposed to be the bigger guy, if you look at Sarai's lower part of his body, his legs is much bigger than Berlenga's legs. So he generates more power from the legs. And that's usually where your power comes from, is from your legs. And when I went back and looked, I was like, hey, his legs is much bigger than Berlenga.
yeah.
Berlenga is more arm power, not so much leg power. Like he throws a lot of arm shots, and that's the reason why when he got up there in the competition, the knockouts came far and few between because these guys at the with the better competition, you're not gonna be able to knock them out with arm punches. You got to
Hmm.
you literally got to set your shots up, or you got to be generating that power from your legs. You're not gonna be able to
Mm-hmm.
do it from your arms.
Facts. Berlanga,
Yeah,
I don't know where he goes from here, CDK. He needs to go back to the drawing board and figure out how to be a little bit more defensive responsible because he's always on his back. Every fight I've seen, he's always going down. Even the ones he won, he went down. But like I said, Shiraz put him in the blender with that hook, man, and that final knockdown. The referee saved Berlanga life because Shiraz was gonna really do him greasy for
yeah,
sure.
yeah. He was, he was. I'm glad they stopped it when they stopped it.
Hmm.
Uh, Now, what I do want to say is this: I've been saying for weeks now, Greg, and everybody up here noticed. I've been saying that Shakur Stevenson was the best fighter at 135, in my opinion. I've been saying that I thought that he was gonna let his hands go. He did let his hands go. I knew without a doubt he was gonna let his hands go last night. I didn't see no other way for him to be able to get the victory. I didn't think that he could move around the ring and would be able to get it that way. And I felt like I've always thought that he had great boxing experience and he knows what he's doing in that ring and a real high IQ. What did you take away from what you seen last night with Shakur Stevenson?
I mean, just like you said, the IQ is there,
Mm-hmm.
the mental toughness is there, the physical toughness is there because you got to be tough to take punches on the arms and get up hit upside the head like that and put yourself in that position where your back is against the ropes and fight off the ropes. You got to be tough to do that. But he's more skillful than anything, and I think the most beautiful adjustment about that fight was in the fifth round, Shakur started throwing combinations. And I think
Mm-hmm.
that's what separated them because everybody was looking at the output of Zepeda when we thought Shakur was going one shot him at a time, and then he started putting them little shots together. Not so much flurries, but they was just good combinations.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
real good
saying?
one.
And
Yeah,
he touched that body real good too. It was times he was banging on them hips and hitting them
Mm-hmm.
in his ribs. And I thought he could have did a little bit more of that, but I can't be so critical because I'm not in the ring. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
but I like
yeah,
what I saw.
definitely.
I like what I saw for
I
sure.
like what I saw too, G. I figured I said he was going to destroy the guy. I don't think he so much destroyed Zepeda, but he beat him very convincingly.
Right.
I don't think I gave old boy more than 2 rounds. Boy looked it like he was throwing a lot of punches, and he got some punches in on Shakur. Shakur stood there in front of him and let his hands fly. He showed that he had the dog in him, and I knew he had it in him. He just needed somebody to bring it out of him. Sometimes it takes that opponent to bring that the best out of you. You know, like how some of them fighters bought the best out of Floyd, like Ricky Hatton bought something we ain't seen. You know,
Right.
well, maybe we did see it, but you know what I'm trying to say. But he bought the best out of him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's what I feel
Yeah,
like Zepeda did for Shakur. Put him up there, and I'm ready to see Shakur get back in there, dog. Real rap.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
true.
Do you feel like right now, looking at seeing what you've seen, we've talked about it before, but now I want to get your opinion on it, Greg. Do you think now what you've seen, Tank and Shakur, how do you see that now?
I
Or you
mean
see it the
that
same?
I, I see it the same as far as the chess match part. You know what I mean?
Yep,
That fight isn't gonna be easy for either guy. You know what I mean? And I want to see it really bad. But to be totally honest, Tank got Lamont Roach problems right now, and
yep,
Shakur got to just make sure he can get somebody to help negotiate this shit because the Tank fight got to happen. But I don't even know if it's gonna happen with all this shit going on with Tank. But
man. Yeah, and you're right,
I would
bro.
love to see a fight.
And I gotta say this, man. Shout out to you for the show you done yesterday and the things you said. And that's why I say I had to raise my hand. Who am I to judge? Tank. I've been young. I've went through things in life. I've had trouble in my life. You know what I'm saying? And it happens to the best of us. And as you young, you learn from your mistakes and you grow. And I really respected your show, man, and appreciate what you done yesterday because you had a lot to say
Yeah.
and you let people know, man. A lot of people got a whole lot to say. When you down, people love kicking you, man. So that was a great show yesterday.
Appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. I
And
think a lot of people just hear the news and they don't do any research because I went back and did some research and this stuff generated from something that happened on Father's Day, and I'm like, why did y'all wait so long to arrest this man if he did what y'all say he did? Because
Right.
I'm former law enforcement. I work in the security field right now. When you have a domestic dispute like that and somebody press charge or call the local authorities
Right.
and they supposedly have it on video, you don't wait a month to go place that man under arrest. You go get him right away. It wasn't like
Mm-hmm.
they had to go find Javante Davis. They knew where he was at. He
Mm-hmm.
he didn't leave the state or anything. He's been in the same place. He's been training. He's been getting ready for his fight with Lamar Rose. So, and I think that was one of the reasons why PBC didn't make that call for the fight, make the announcement
Mm,
for the fight,
Mm.
because they might have
yeah,
knew about the
They
situation and
knew
said,
something that
we're
we
not
didn't
gonna
know.
we're not gonna make this fight and this man get arrested and the fight get called off. We're gonna stand back. Let's see what happens. See if he's gonna get charged with anything. If he don't, then we make the announcement. If he do, then We got to find another way to put this fight, put another fight in that place. So I think that might have been the reason why they held back.
That's a
Right.
good point, Fareed. PBC might have knew something we didn't know. That's crazy.
Of course they did.
Yeah,
Mhm.
definitely, definitely. I just like
Mhm.
I said, I'm just tired of people trying to like we've been young, and man, I'm gonna tell you right now, when you young, and all y'all know this, we all mean up here, them goodies can change the way you think, man, as a young
Mhm.
man. Them
Yes, sir.
goodies will make you do some stuff you really shouldn't be
Well, that
doing,
goodies that
man.
had you emptying out your bank account, dog. Real rap.
Man, for
Real
real.
shit.
People ain't like that.
Mhm.
People ain't like, man, a lot of people act like they ain't had no goodies before. I don't understand it.
What a bull tank. I mean, it's unfortunate. I hope the bull get out of the situation, but I don't want to grind him up too bad. 'Cause I got two daughters, so
No, yeah,
but
we
I'm
ain't
not
in the
gonna.
grind.
Yeah, I need more evidence to before I go there, and then if that's the case, then I probably I don't know,
And I still ain't
I
gonna
won't.
grind him because I just hope he gets the help he needs.
Yeah.
And whatever it may be, you know what I'm saying, the situation, I just hope he gets the help he needs. I'm gonna put it that way. I'm not gonna harp on Tank. Like I said, I like sticking to boxing, man. I like talking about
Hmm.
boxing and not people personal lives. And we see too much of that these days. And I'm
Hmm.
gonna let you before I let you go, Greg, you know what I'm saying? I know you probably got some stuff to do. I definitely want to ask you this. I don't know if you seen Devin Haney and Richards and Hitchens last night, having a little back and forth. But is that a fight you would like to see?
Yeah, I definitely would like to see the fight because I feel like that fight will be a lot better than what people think.
Hmm.
The reason I do is because they both two are the same when it comes to the boxing. But what happens in fights like that is somebody had to step on the gas. It'd be interesting to see who's going to push forward and try to pull off. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And it's not just a fight because it's skill. It's a lot of skill involved. So and they two pretty big 100. Well, they had 140. Well, Richardson's still fighting 40,
Yeah.
and Dev.
Yeah,
But I would imagine that fight being at 47. You know what I
Of
mean? They
me
course.
too.
and they two good size 47s and 140s. So I mean, and they both in their prime, man. I like to see these guys fight when they in their prime.
Hmm.
I think it reminds me of the old days when they in their prime.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. Boxing back. It's boxing back looking good. Uh,
Yeah.
you, one more thing. One more thing. I almost forgot. Brian Norman Jr. and Devin
Yeah.
Haney. I skipped
Mm.
over that fight. What do you think about that fight? Do you think a lot of people saying Devin gonna get knocked out? A lot of people saying that Devin's gonna outbox him. What do you think about that fight?
Well, first of all, they definitely sold the fight. I'm definitely watching.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Second of all, I think that fight is going to be a great fight because in Norman's mind, he's evolving, and I'm saying in his mind first. I'm not saying that he's not, but in his mind, he's evolving. He's becoming a better fighter, and he's punching these guys. He's knocking them out. Now, the guys he knocked out, they're not on the level of a Devin Haney. Let's be fair,
right.
but
Hmm.
they are men. You know what I mean? And he putting them down. So
Mm.
I got to give him credit. Now, the
Yeah.
thing is, if we being real, Devin Haney is the more experienced fighter. He do have more fights. He been at a higher level, and he been in there
Mhm.
with some better quality fighters. But this will probably be the strongest fighter he's been in the ring with. So I just think again, man, this is what we need. We need guys in their prime going at each other because this will tell us who's really a tough guy, who's really a great fighter. And I just hope everybody make it to the finish line and we get to see this fight. It's gonna be a great fight.
Yes, indeed.
Mm.
I'm excited for
Man,
the
I
fight.
couldn't
I
agree
want to
no
see
better.
it now. After that, uh, after that trainer, not a trainer, but that security guard, and
Yeah,
then B Norman got him to the ground. I want to see that. I want to see the fight now. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And I like the face off they had too. That was pretty dope. When they was calling each other names, they was calling each other out their names. It's
yeah,
on. The fight is on. It's on.
yeah. They
Yeah.
definitely showed it.
I ain't never seen Greg, and I know you can answer this though. I've never seen security actually put their hand on a fighter like that. I felt like even if it was a play, it could have messed around. Somebody could have got hurt and could have messed the money out.
Yeah, and I think Bill Haney had a talk with that guy after that because you could
Yeah.
see that Bill wasn't really with it. You know what I mean? He was trying
Nope.
to and
They
and,
just want
and
to talk they ish. That's all.
right, and I think he just got carried away. But guys like that, what that tells me is guys like that though, you got to be careful having them around you because he can't really control himself. he gonna get somebody hurt. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because
Right.
it's some people who don't take things like that as a, as like a tactic. They look at that as, oh, you was trying to really physically harm me, so now I gotta try to do that to you. You know what I mean? So gotta be careful with stuff like that.
Thanks.
Definitely, man. I appreciate you, man, nephew. I
Yeah.
appreciate you coming up, man, and sharing your time with me and doing
Yeah,
what
for
you do,
sure.
man.
For sure.
GHB man.
Yes,
Love
please
watching. I'm
subscribe.
gonna let you get
Yes, I
out of
will.
here because I know you're busy,
I
but
actually,
I
real quick,
appreciate you.
CDK.
Go ahead.
I actually bumped into you, G, at 2300 when you won your fight that night. When Johnny Rivera, that's my man, that's my
Okay.
young boy. Uh, I bumped into you, and I was like, yo, I was like, oh shit, what's up, G? And I was like, yo, I'm CDK, young boy. And you was like, oh,
Yeah.
that's my old head. That's my yeah, that's
Yeah,
me.
that's my
Yeah,
guy.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
bumped
I
into you, so
remember.
man, yeah. So good, congratulations. That was a good performance by you, brother. I was front row, right
Appreciate
there. I
that.
see you do your thing. You was styling. You was having fun. You know what I'm saying? I want to see you keep going. And man, I know definitely we all support your channel up here, man. Y'all go subscribe to GHTV, man, for
definitely.
sure.
Appreciate that for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Free, let me ask you this, Free. Do you want to see a rematch between uh Alberto and Sabriba? What you think?
Mm. Yeah, well, I think Free might have fell down the steps, like BVO said.
Free.
But I'll see a rematch. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I don't think Bull won. You know, I
I,
don't think I
I
ain't gonna
feel
say a
the vet.
robbery. I'm not gonna say robbery, CDK, but I'm gonna say I don't. I felt like Julio was boxing and moving and catching them with some good shots and had Sabril looking crazy at times. But Sabril, he kept like once he got when Puyo backed up on the ropes, that's when Sabril would have his moments, and he constantly
My bad, CDK.
banged him to the
I got
bottom
a
with a
phone
left hook.
call.
No, that's
My
all right. Go
bad.
ahead,
Okay.
Free. No, go ahead, Free.
What was the question you asked
You
me?
want to see the rematch with Subriel and
Um,
Puyo?
I wouldn't mind a rematch. I prefer one of those guys to fight Antoine, but I know they got Sabrera supposed to be fighting
Dalton
Daniel Smith or
or
whatever his name
Dalton
is.
Smith. Dalton Smith, is it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
yeah, yeah.
they got him supposed to be fighting him next. But I wouldn't mind seeing a rematch. It was a close fight. I think I still believe that Matias pulled it out. Um, but
Hmm.
it was a close fight. Like fights like the fight that David Morrell had, and those fights deserve rematches because it was so close. When you got a close knit fight, there's nothing wrong with having a rematch. But
Right.
when you got a fight that's a wide margin, those are the fights that don't deserve rematches.
Like Shakur and Zapata don't deserve no rematch. I don't want to see
I
that.
I
Oh,
don't know if
I ain't
I
want.
don't know if it doesn't deserve it because I went back
Yeah,
and looked at the fight and
me too.
I gotta admit it was a little bit closer than what I originally thought it was because I
Well,
didn't see
I
the
think
fight.
you
I didn't
watched it again, Free. I watched it again.
I watched it again.
I didn't see the fight on first hand. I was going by the what Doug Right side was calling, and so when I went back and watched it myself, my bad.
Yeah. What'd you say,
My bad,
Free?
my bad, my bad. When I went back and watched it myself, because I was going by what Doug Right side was calling.
Hmm.
So when I went back and watched it myself, it was a little bit closer than what I originally thought. Now Shakur still clearly won the fight. It was
Thought it
just
was close.
it was a little bit closer than what I
Closer how,
originally.
Free? Like like
Yeah,
Uh,
8-4,
I had it
7-5.
eight
I
four
gave
seven
uh,
Zapata
five.
about 3 rounds.
I thought
probably
Zapata done an
seven
excellent
five.
job.
When I
You hear
watched
me,
it the
Free?
second time, D3, I had it 9-3.
Did
Yeah,
you? I had it closer than I had it closer
possibly
than that.
7-5.
Yeah,
All right. Your opinion.
I can't take.
Salute
Yeah,
OG
I had a
Crush.
7-5 crush. I had a
Crush
seven
said
five
you
crush the
said
same way
seven
you
five.
scored.
I ain't mad at that.
Yeah, and like I said, I just thought it was a lot closer than what I heard the right side call. That's why it's always best to go back and look at it
Two
yourself
times. Mhm.
because a lot of times you don't when a person calling the fight, they can't really call all of the punches if guys throwing at the same time. So you
Mhm.
can't really
Yeah,
call all of the punches. So I went back and watched, like I said, and it was a lot closer than what I originally thought it was. I thought it was the way Dub was calling it. It was sounding clearly that Shakur beat this man like 10-2, 9-3.
That's
But
what I
like I said,
felt like it was.
when I went back and watched it, and I was like, this fight is a little bit closer than that. It's not quite that wide of a margin.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But I mean, I would say that it does deserve a rematch. Not right away, but it does deserve a rematch only because you got to take in consideration this was the first fought for a
Okay.
championship. So
Yeah.
he never been on that stage before. So this was his first. So a lot of times you could get caught up in the lights and it might be too bright at the first time you see it. It's almost like
Yeah.
when you go outside from being in the dark all the time. You gotta blink your eyes a couple of times before your eyes get focused. So it could have been that for Williams Zepeda. He might wasn't quite focused like he normally would have been because the lights was bright. This is the first time he's fighting for a title. Now when he go back, he got that fight under his belt. He got that experience under his belt. It might be even a closer fight, or William could very well pull it out the next time.
I
So
don't see it.
that's the only reason why I say it does deserve a rematch. Now, if Shakur goes back in there and do the same thing, I mean, Shakur does the same thing. He's clearly the better man. But I do think that it does deserve a rematch, not right away. Williams Zepeda got to work himself back up. Now, if he put himself back in contention to fight Shakur again, then yeah, go ahead and put it on again.
Yeah.
It was a
Yeah.
good
I
fight, though.
agree.
I ain't gonna lie about that, Free. It's a good fight.
It was a fan. This is why I want to see a rematch for myself personally. The fan-friendly fight. And both guys, you know what I'm saying, the ring. And it was an excellent fight. And I had it scored 7-5 for Shakur in his favor. I thought it was a good fight. We seen more than he's ever been hit in a boxing match. We also seen him show you a different. We got to see him bite down on that mouthpiece and really go to work, man. And I enjoyed the fight.
Yes, I did.
And like Free said, it could be that the bright light was too big at that moment. That happens. And it also could be a case where if Shakur's IQ, we seen Floyd in a tough fight with Madonna, right? The first time. A tough fight.
Yeah. Yep.
But the second fight, we seen Floyd come back out there, make the necessary adjustments because of his IQ and make it look easy. So
Yeah,
it can play
CDK,
out
but
like
he ain't Floyd, but and he ain't looked good in his
no,
last 3 fights. He
but
didn't look good.
you missed what I said, Brad. I'm talking about on Shakur's side. What I'm saying is there's two sides to it, like Free said. What Williams Zepeda could do better, or Shakur can have the IQ that we think he got, and he can make the second fight look easier. That's what I'm saying. It can play out either type of. You see what I'm saying?
I got you.
And that's what I said to you before, TDK, when we was talking about the fight. I said, remember the Floyd and Madonna fight. Floyd was clearly the more skilled fighter, but Madonna made that fight close. And I said,
he did.
Savage though.
I
said a lot of people was underestimating Williams Zepeda. They look at him as just a one-dimensional fighter. He come forward, but it's a lot to what Williams Zepeda does.
I'm not gonna lie to you. The one thing I will say the problem was with Zepeda, I don't think he changed gears. I don't think he knows how to change gears. I think he has a style that's not gonna never change. And I think with your core, you got to see a different version of him. And like Crush said, the fight was more competitive than a lot of people thought. I knew
it was competitive. It was definitely competitive.
That could be a problem. But what I think his major problem is, he doesn't have any head movement. He don't. If he had head movement, he would be a lot dangerous than what he is.
He would.
And you know what else Zepeda did, Free and CDK? He landed some thudding body shots. But I don't know, anybody else would have probably went down. He was landing some good.
And you know what's crazy? Both of them landed some nice body shots.
Core left to the body was looking good.
Yeah, it was. I love
and his stab jab too, CDK.
That stab jab was working. Man, it looked great. That stab jab looked great. And I thought it was a great fight. I'm just glad it played out like that. I said, and the reason people thought I was crazy when I picked a knockout for Shakur, but the reason now that you can see why I picked that knockout, I knew Shakur was gonna go out there and have to fight. I knew there was no way around it. I didn't see no way around with the pressure, like Free had been saying over and over, the pressure. And I knew what he was talking about. So in my mind, I said, Free, right, he gonna bring a lot of pressure. It's gonna be hard for Shakur to get away from. Shakur's gonna have to fight. He's gonna have to fight.
You wasn't
that's the
alone,
only reason I
CDK.
said
I picked a destruction knockout too, but I'm wrong.
Yeah, but they fought, man, and I'm like, Free. It deserves a rematch down the line, not right now, but down the line, that's a fight that I can watch. I can watch it again.
Yes,
I can watch it again.
100%, but not next. I don't want to see it next. That's all.
No, it's not a fight.
Next, if I could throw two names next, I would like to see Shakur versus Lamont. And to get back in contention, I would like to see Kid Austin versus Zepeda.
Now I'd like to see Kid Austin and Shakur next. I don't need to see him in there with Zepeda.
Kid Austin had a lot to say last night, and
I wouldn't mind the Lamont fight with Shakur, but Lamont got to make it past Tank first. He got to make it past Tank first.
Who not a heavier puncher, Crush?
So if he doesn't make it,
The
past
Tank might not be available though. That's why I said that, because Lamont might have to move on.
No, Tank is available now. What are you talking about? That fight is not off. That fight is still on.
Yeah, it ain't off.
It's still on.
Has it been announced?
I'm thinking they're going to announce it on July.
You're thinking they're going to announce it. They haven't announced it, so it's not on.
Listen what I'm saying. They still have it up there as the fight is still on. They didn't say that the fight is off. Even Lamont Roach came out and said Tank is out of jail. The fight is still on. He came out and tweeted that on Friday. He said Tank has been released and the fight is still on. So
let's see.
Lamont also tweeted out that Tank is scared and he's not. He looking for a way out of the fight. So we gotta see an announcement from PBC to make sure it's legit.
Lamont would know better than any of us, and I'm thinking that's the reason why PBC didn't make an announcement, because they knew this was hanging over Tank head. They knew
I think Lamont is basically assuming like we are, but I agree with you on him knowing better. But there's only one problem to that. The person that really knows the most about this is the judge down in Maryland. They the ones that know better than anybody, because the decision has not been made from them on how they gonna handle the situation. And I'm hoping that they don't get in the way of this fight. And with you being law enforcement, Free, you know how things play out.
And being down that way too, CDK, you know they don't play in Maryland. Free will tell you they don't play.
I can tell you right now, when you get arrested and a bond hearing, a bond has been placed on you, and you get that bond, you get a court date. So they know he got to go to court. So they know what date he got to go to court. So if it's after August, the fight can still be on.
Well, I'm gonna say this, Free. This comes from being arrested. This comes from me being arrested over 100 times and being on probation about 15. So now I don't know the police aspect of it, but I do know one thing. I know the aspect of of what goes on and how probation works. And probation is a privilege, like I said before. And with probation, they don't have to give you a bond. You don't have to get a bond for probation. This is a known fact. Now, I don't think they would do that to Tank. I definitely agree with you, Free. But people are dirty, and I didn't like the way the judge has been handling this whole situation with Tank from the get-go. I have never liked the way this judge has handled Tank and everything that's went on. I just hope.
But see, with the whole probation, he has to actually be convicted of something. Just because he was accused. No. Listen what I'm saying.
No, you don't, Free.
Listen. Just because you are accused, that doesn't violate your probation.
Yes, it does, Free.
No, it doesn't.
Free. Hold on, Free. Are you actually gonna tell somebody that's been on probation for long what can violate you?
Listen what I'm saying. If you on probation and I just make a false claim against you and accuse you of battery, and you can be violated. And hold up, listen, you didn't do anything. I accuse you of battery. You get arrested. You telling me that's going to violate your probation?
Yes, Free. I'm gonna say this one time, and I promise you, I wish I could get 100 people in here to know my background. This is something that I know very well about. You can be violated for being charged with something. You don't have to be convicted. You can be violated. The violation can come off of you once the charge is beaten. The thing about the court system is this: it's a dirty game. And I have been violated for a charge that I did not commit, and I had to fight the charge and beat it before the violation came off of me. You can be violated. I hate it. I think it's one of the worst ways and that they go about doing things. But yes, you can be violated. A domestic assault, you can look this up, is a felony anywhere in the United States. A domestic assault is a Class E felony all over. And if it's an aggravated assault, it jumps up even higher as far as domestic. But you can be violated for catching that type of charge, and it's messed up, and they don't have to give you a bond. Tank is not out of the water just yet. I'm praying that it works out for him, and I hope it don't go that way. That's why I say I don't like that judge. But yeah, they can violate you with no questions asked.
I'm not saying he's out of the water. What I'm saying is 9 times out of 10, he has a court date. He has a court date.
No. He has a court date. I'm saying we haven't heard from Berlenga yet.
Listen what I'm saying. 9 times out of 10, he has a court date. If they was going to violate him on his probation, he will be placed back in jail already.
Right now,
we don't know. That's what I'm saying, for you. We don't know what Merlin is doing. We haven't heard anything.
No, what I'm saying is that the way that judge is, that judge doesn't like Tank Davis.
right?
If they was going to violate him, they would have violated him.
He would have been back in jail already.
Don't be surprised now. Don't be shocked if the judge wait to August the 15th to put a violation in. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, thank you, Sheldon. Sheldon, I've done 20 years in Mr.
Yeah, that's a fact too.
I've done 20 years in prison, Mr. Sheldon. I don't know a lot, but I know the law, and I know they can violate you if you catch a charge. There ain't no if and buts about it. He is not out of hot water, and I'm rooting for him.
Even if you get in a fight at a bar or something and you on probation, you can be violated. The slightest thing.
That's different because you breaking the law by fighting.
No, you.
But if somebody threw a brick in your face or something and you got in a rumble with him,
you don't have to be convicted to be violated on a charge. You don't. I know this.
I'm talking about what Prize just said.
But I'm talking about Tank.
That's a clear violation. You get
domestic assault is a clear violation.
That's a clear violation. You get into a fight. But I'm thinking this is how I'm looking at it. I'm looking from the law enforcement side of it. I'm thinking that the whole case is bogus.
I'm looking from the convict side of it.
I'm gonna tell you why I think the whole case is bogus, because they supposedly have video of it. This stuff happened on Father's Day. They waited an entire month to come place him under arrest.
Free. There's a thing about that, though, Free. There's a thing about that. If they waited an entire month, I'm gonna tell you why they waited. It's Javante Tank Davis. He's a superstar. Let's do our due diligence before we go and pick this man up. That's what they've been working on. And in my mind, if they picked him up like that, they have some type of evidence.
No,
I'm telling you.
Listen what I'm saying. Law enforcement, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't.
Yeah, it do.
No, listen to a person that's been a part of law enforcement.
Free.
Listen.
I've been locked up 100 times.
Okay, go ahead. Don't worry about it.
I'm asking you, Free. Do you think I do not know the law? No, I'm asking you serious. Do you think I do not know the law? See, the law don't, from you probably was a good, like from the law enforcement side, I believe you one of those fair people. Because I think I know you're a good man. Everybody don't work like you, Free. Law enforcement is not designed to help you. You know what I'm saying? You one of those guys, one of those rare guys in law enforcement that's willing to do your due diligence because you're a good brother. Everybody don't think like you do. Them guys, man, listen, they will catch you up and even trump up charges and do a whole lot of stuff they shouldn't do. But you ain't like that. I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt because you're my brother and I know how you are. What I'm telling you is this. Aggravated assault domestic charge is an automatic violation of your probation. There ain't no if and buts about it. You can ask anybody. You can look it up right now. That's a violation.
Violated real easy. That violation for any damn thing.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, they violate.
Yeah, I get you.
Free a good brother. See, he not gonna work like that. Free not gonna do nobody like that. You know what I'm saying? But these guys out here, man, they don't, you know what I'm saying? Maybe it's just my experience with the police. You know what I'm saying? It could be that, Free. So if it is, I apologize. You know what I'm saying? But I just know how they done me, Free. And you could, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Personal experience.
Personal experience, what they've done to me. I've been violated and not been convicted. You know what I'm saying? Because I kind of charged, came in contact with the police, like Mr. Sheldon said. I
Yeah.
came in contact with the police. I got violated.
Mm-hmm. They don't want you. They really don't want you to do nothing. That's why I said, like, even with that young thug, all
Yeah.
that probation he got, man.
Nah, probation is the worst. And Tank even came
Oh
out
my
and said
God, it
that
is.
the judge or the court system, they was trying to get 25,000 out of him the last time he went to court. So they going the court system, it has to run. So what they do is when you get in the court system, they're gonna tax you. It's gonna cost you financially to get out of it. So man, like I'm saying, I just can't see the PBC putting on an event when if Tank has an active domestic violence case. I
Mm,
just can't see that.
Yeah.
I don't
Well, that's a
know.
good point, but I still think
Yeah,
money talking bull is Schwab. And
yeah,
I think if as long as he like Free said, it's a good chance that he got a court date.
yeah. He got a
So
court
okay, and
date. Free, right?
that could be
He
for
definitely got a court date.
October.
Free one of them.
Yeah, that could be for October, November, whatever the case may be. But I feel like that the fight is it's in jeopardy, but I feel like it's still on. I feel like the fight going to go down. I don't feel like they're going to delay it or cancel it. I feel like it'll go down, and then Tank will have issues to deal with.
And I'm gonna because God rest her soul, and she was my best friend, and she passed away, man. I'll tell y'all a little bit of what happened. She was her back was hurting, and she went and bought a Percocet from somebody, thinking it was a Percocet, and it was fentanyl, and it killed her. You
Mm.
know what I'm saying? Like she bought a Percocet off the streets, which I talked to her right after she went to the hospital. They released her from the hospital, and I talked to her on the phone, and I was mad. I was mad, man. I ain't gonna lie. I was
It's
mad, and I
souping
went
them
off on her
things
a
up.
little bit and told her, "You don't be buying no pill for nobody out the
Not off the
streets.
block.
That's crazy."
Yeah,
You
not
know what
off
I'm
the
saying?
block.
So she
You got to
told me she
know
was
somebody.
okay and everything. She went to sleep, bro.
Yeah.
Hold on. What you say now? Hold on. She went to sleep, and she didn't wake back up.
Mm.
She didn't wake back up, and God rest her soul. But I'm gonna tell y'all a story in the situation. At the time, I was still in the streets tough, man. I was doing me, hanging out, not coming home. I'm married, you know what I'm saying? I'm still young. I ain't caring nothing about coming home. I'm out here having fun. I'm sleeping with 3, 4 different women. And she got mad. She got mad at me. You know what I'm saying? She tried to block me from going out the door. So as I'm going around her, bro, you know what I'm saying? She's throwing punches, swinging at me and everything. Her
CDK, you.
nightgown had a little rip in it. She called the police on me, right? The police, they came and arrested me. I was at my mother's house. Man, they arrested me. I was on parole. I had a great parole officer. They violated me.
Mm.
The same day, you know what I'm saying? Let me tell you how bad they wanted her, bro. They picked up my ex-wife and put her up under a $20,000 cash bond because they wanted me off the street so bad. They wanted to hold her to testify and say I done something. You know what I'm saying? So once they done that, they held her. But when they came to me, said, sign this paper right here. They're gonna violate your parole. Well, it's already violated. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna run. No, they didn't violate. They're gonna violate my parole. Let me say it right. It wasn't violated. They were gonna run it concurrent with my probation, my parole time, and just say I had like 15 months left. I told my lawyer, I'm not taking nothing. I didn't do nothing. He said, let me go back here to the holding tank and talk to her. He went back there, talked to her, came back. He said, we going to trial. She said, you did
Mm.
not do anything to her. She got up on the stand and told the judge, listen, man, this is my husband. He been cheating on me. But the man ain't never been a person to put his hands on women. He has
Right.
never put his hands on me. She said, I was beating on him. He tried to get me out the way. He went out the door.
Pick a
They
delivery.
dropped
You
the
going
charge
in?
on me. But I still had to sit in jail for it. That's why I say from
She's supposed to be a
experience.
pin number.
Well, brother, hey, Free, mute your mic. And
Yeah.
mute your mic, Free. Brother Shelton said, why do you guys think we haven't gotten a fight announcement yet? I don't think August 16th is happening. Like I said, it's definitely in jeopardy, but I mean, I feel like it's gonna go down. I feel like it is, but you ain't wrong, brother Shelton ain't wrong.
But Prize, think about it like this: if you was going to that fight, you would already have your flight, your plane
I would
ticket,
be
right?
pissed. Yes.
Yeah.
You already have your hotel and everything. So now
Everything.
all the prices will be super high, booking it late. So
Oh
that
my
Oh
don't
my
even
God.
make it make sense for the consumer.
them
Right.
a bar, them over the head bars right there.
Man, I've
Fly a
been
lot. I
saying it.
fly a lot. And if you book that, all right, I put it to you like this. What's today? Sunday, right?
Yeah,
If I gotta book a flight for Tuesday, that flight gonna be way more if I would have booked it last week or the week before. I know
you know,
about this stuff.
man, it's gonna be ridiculous. It's gonna be
Man,
ridiculous. The price you gotta
man,
pay.
I did a Disney trip that way. I booked a Disney trip maybe 5 or 6 days in advance, and I would never do that again because it cost me a
Eh,
fortune. But
Yeah,
if I do it now, if I book it now for like November, man, you can come up like 7 up, man. You feel me? So you
yeah,
right, three. You hit. I ain't even think about nothing like that's crazy work. Like, cause I'd be
man,
pissed. I would still go. I'm still going to Vegas, especially if my hotel and flight book. I'm still going. I don't care if there's
yeah.
fights or not. I'm going.
Free, hey, free. Do you think that the fight announcement will be before the first of August? I
It
can't hear you,
could
free.
be. It
Okay,
could be. It could be. It could be.
okay,
It could be a make. They could make an announcement next week at the Manny Pacquiao fight.
Mm,
yeah, yeah. And you've been saying that over and over. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that play.
mm.
The only thing I'm
I
gonna
could
say
be,
is this, man.
I
The
could be
tank,
wrong.
he broke camp last fight. He had some personal issues going on. Now this he got another personal situation going on. I don't like it, man.
I don't either.
It's bad. It's putting him in a tough spot. And then if he comes up short, they're gonna have all type of excuses, and Lamont not gonna get credit, right? But then
Mm,
so it's just a
Me,
bad look. It's a
me
bad look,
personally,
unfortunately.
I don't care when they make the announcement because
yeah,
I ain't going to the fight anyway. So that's irrelevant to me about the flights and all that. I mean, that's for the people that want to go. But me personally, I'm not going to the fight. Tank Davis fights be way too expensive for me anyway. So I wasn't going no way. I was gonna be watching on pay-per-view.
Yeah.
yeah. Hey, man, hey, nosebleed seats about 1,500.
Mm.
I,
Man,
I
yeah,
don't
them tickets are crazy
I
high.
got nice money, but I ain't got that kind of money.
No, I got good
It just,
money too, but I'm not stupid either. I'm not gonna go and if I like, in other words, if I got $100,000, I'm not gonna go buy a $20,000 watch. Like, you see what I'm
you're not
saying?
gonna
I'm
hit me
not.
over top. You're not gonna hit me on top of my head just because I can pay for
Yeah, I'm not doing that, Brody. I'm good on that. I like looking at my account and seeing six numbers
it.
in there, and you know what I'm
yeah,
saying. I don't want to see nothing less. But other than that,
I mean,
like you
it
right,
could be
bro.
a situation. It could be a situation where the fight gets moved back instead of it being August, it be September.
Yeah,
It
I don't
could
want
I
that to
think
that
I
happen.
think I see that happening, free. I definitely see that happen. I think they're gonna move the fight. I think it's not enough time now. Promotion is not going as we thought it would go. I need this Tank David fight to be promoted, man. I need to see
Yeah,
these
what's
guys.
going on with it? Promotion is at an all time low for every fight. Just about let's even as Terrence Crawford Canelo is supposed to be the biggest fight in boxing according to them. Even that promotion hasn't really, for me, it hasn't really been like how when
I mean,
Carver and Roy fought, or when Floyd
nowadays
and Gotti. You know what I'm saying?
nowadays
That was crazy
their
promotion.
promotion nowadays their promotion is press conference. It's no more
Yeah,
commercials
yep.
and things like that.
That's
It's press
garbage.
conference. That's their promotion now. If they
I,
want to promote the fight, they're going to do a couple of city press conference. But other than
yeah, I
that,
agree with that.
Remember the Mike Tyson
they don't really do no.
promotions?
Remember back in the day, we used to get commercials like
Yep.
basically every other day or
Every
every other
day.
commercial. What time a fight coming up? Mike
Hmm.
Tyson about to fight. You saw a commercial for Mike Tyson fight
Every
every
day.
7 minutes. Seven
Right.
minutes it was a commercial popping up.
They don't spend that money on that kind
It
of
was.
marketing no more because the way the fighters are, don't nobody want to lose they owe. Don't nobody want to fight.
No,
You got
I think it's mainly because the money that these fighters want. They like,
drying
well,
up.
we can't be paying for all this on promotion. We got to pay
Hmm.
these fighters all this money.
And it
We ain't
dries up
spending
the
all this money
promotion,
on
man.
promotion.
But we promote the fights. Us, me, you, CDK, B3, BVO, all the
Yeah,
brothers, Greg Hackett.
That's why that's
We
why they need
promote
to
the fights.
That's why they need to stop copywriting us for every time we try to
Right.
promote a goddamn on fight.
I
for
know. It
real,
doesn't make no sense. We
for
giving you
real.
not only that, we giving you
It don't
free
make sense.
promotion.
We promoting a fight,
We giving
and
you
then you
free
want to copyright.
promotion. Free.
Picture this. A whole lot of people don't get copyright.
Yeah, I know. I mean, a lot of people don't get copyright because I guess they get permission or they're bought by a promotional company? Because a lot of these content creators, you'd be surprised how many are on payrolls. You'd be
Yes.
surprised.
Yeah,
I
y'all
believe
messed
you.
me up when y'all put me on with that free. Y'all after you and BVO put me on some maybe a while, maybe a year ago.
Yeah,
I was
you'd
like,
be
they do
surprised how
that?
many people's on payrolls.
Yeah, they do that. I've
I'm
been
like,
saying it
that's
for a minute myself.
crazy. That's crazy.
Why
And
you
then
think you
for
got
here, then
the
and then
channel?
to hear BVO tell me, stuff behind the scene, I was just like, wow. He's like, bro,
Man,
why
they
would I
getting
lie to
paid.
you?
No,
They getting paid, bro.
it's been offered to us for a couple of times. It's
That's
been
what I'm
offered.
saying.
It's been
Yeah, if
offered to
they
us a
getting
couple of
paid.
times.
I ain't want to say that, but I just wanted to say how I said it. You know what I mean? But that I was like, word. I'm like, well, hell no. BBO's like, what you think I said? Got of here?
Yeah,
You know what I
you
mean?
don't want to be dictate. You don't want nobody. I don't want
Nah,
nobody dictating my channel, telling me what we
nah,
can and can't say on here.
right.
I like to talk freely and be able to talk about whoever I want to talk about.
And whatever you want to talk about, you might not want to talk
Right.
about boxing. You might want to talk about real life, like what we do, what BVO does. Sometimes he don't want to talk
Yeah,
about no damn boxing. He want to get up there
yeah.
and talk
I
about
mean, I know,
addictions and stuff,
I
and
know,
have
I
doctors
know,
come
I
up on
know,
the show.
I know two guys right now that got put on a payroll.
Mm,
Me too.
I know two guys that got two
nasty
guys
work.
right now. Literally, they told me themselves they got put
I
on a
know one
payroll,
star with an
and I
F.
was like, hey,
I know one
more
star
power
with a
to you, dog.
B.
I
I know one
can't
star
tell
with
you
a
how to
C.
make money.
That's crazy.
I'm not mad at them. I can't tell nobody how to make their money if that's what they want to do. Hey, maybe that's what they came in to do. They wanted to get on somebody's payroll. I can't be mad at them. But that's
Nah,
not
I
what I
mean,
came to do. I didn't come to get
nah.
on put on nobody's payroll. If I'm gonna be put on anybody's payroll, it's gonna be somebody from the NFL. It ain't gonna be
Right.
boxing.
And, and,
I know
and,
Let's be
that's
and let
right.
me
real.
say
Hey,
this.
say real money.
Let me say this
Real.
right here. I don't know if y'all know this or pay attention. One of the reasons that we have problems getting on the bigger shows, they scared. A lot of them people are scared that you're gonna come over there and take their audience, or you're gonna show them up. And that's why a lot of times I stick to my bases of my friends,
Hmm. Yeah.
y'all, and certain channels of showing support. I used to support a lot of channels, man. I back because I realized we all in the same game. Whether you got 100,000 and I got 5,000, 8,000, whatever it may be, we're all in the same game. You know what I'm saying? We all love boxing. So if
Yep.
I'm supporting your channel, you asking me to support you, why you can't support me?
Yeah,
You understand what I'm
that's the
saying?
crazy. And another thing, CDK, half the people in all these chats, it's all the same people. D Free's been saying that, and I was like, damn, I thought I was the only one that noticed that, but it's the same cats,
Yeah.
same brothers and sisters,
That's what I'm
pretty
saying.
much.
A lot of these people I've met from other channels. Like we all
Right,
visit the same channels on
right.
an everyday basis. Like Mr. Shelton, me and Mr. Shelton been on plenty of platforms together, and it wasn't the same platform. It was multiple channels. We done been on plenty. We done been on Southern T platform. We done been
Hmm.
on my boy.
Yeah.
What's my boy Kyle. We've been on his platform. We done been on BBO platform, Dub, Right Side. We done been
Hmm.
on plenty of Smoke. We done been on plenty of platforms. It's the same thing with other people that I've been around. You're gonna the boxing industry is a small industry. Far
Yeah.
as in the YouTube community, is small. You might have a lot of channels that talk about boxing, but the channels that's real big or that people really go to see, that's a small section of people.
Yeah.
Everybody that pretty much know everybody. Now you might not know this person not, but somebody that you know that person, and somebody that
Yeah.
knows that person knows that person. So it's a small community.
Like brother Rebel Life that he CDK. Like I know him too. You know what I'm saying? I ran into him a
Yeah.
minute ago. He was actually the very first person that let me on YouTube. Believe it or not, was
Yeah.
Rebel Life Boxing. You know what I'm saying? He was the first. I ain't never got on there. And one day I was a little saucy and I just wanted to talk some ish. So he pulled me up there. Next thing you know, every time he was going live, I was rolling. He was like, "Yo, prize, come pull up." I'm like, "All right, bet." You know what I mean?
Man,
Then I
listen,
Yeah.
met
salute.
BBO, and then that from there, that's how I even got up here. So it's weird because I didn't know you knew him. You know what I mean? He cool dude.
Do y'all know Mr. MAS?
I never heard of him. Never
Gotta
heard
show
of him.
your face, MAS. I ain't never seen you before. If you don't mind, I need to see your face. See who you is. Just make sure there ain't nobody trolling.
Yeah, you gotta
Okay.
turn your camera on behind the scene to come up on our panel, brother.
He
No,
did. Salute.
I'm
Salute
not
to you, my
trolling,
brother.
fellas. Yeah,
All
yeah,
right,
yeah.
yeah. Peace to you, brother. Thank you for coming up.
Yeah.
Oh, for
Because it'd be
sure,
a
man. I
lot of,
appreciate
it'd be a lot of
that.
trolls, and it'd be a
And
lot of trolls.
they be doing
In
like explicit stuff that like men, you know what I'm saying? That's all.
Understand, guys. I understand,
But,
man. Yeah,
but
for
thank you
sure.
for coming up.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, my bro, you feeling okay today?
I feel good, man. Great night of boxing. I'm
Mhm.
normally an NBA guy. I'm here in California, so I cover NBA basketball, man. But boxing
That's
is
what's
my
up.
second. Yeah, boxing is my second favorite sport, and what a treat last night, man. You feel me? We saw a complete.
It was.
What a treat, man. We saw a
Did you
complete
watch
fight.
the Alberto fight?
Nah, I didn't see that fight. No.
What fight did you
Okay.
see, Shakur?
Well, yeah, I mean, I saw Morrell, I saw Shakur, and I saw Berlenga.
Well, based off them three fights that you saw, who had the best performance out of them?
Shakur Stevenson did
Mhm.
because he's a complete fighter. He
Mhm.
showed you
Yes.
he showed you the toolbox with every tool in the box, right?
Yeah.
He stood in the pocket. He pressed him at times. He stood his ground. I mean, was he on the ropes a little too much for my liking? Yeah,
Yeah.
but listen though, I mean, last night I heard something last night, fellas. I'm gonna give Cepeda some credit for putting Shakur there, but just like in basketball, you get to the free throw line to find your rest. I thought at times Shakur used the ropes in his great defense acumen to take a break, right? I mean, a lot of those shots weren't getting through flush. Yeah, a couple got through, but listen, man,
Mhm.
too many fighters in today's world in the sport of boxing, they're not complete. You saw Berlenga last night. You know what I'm saying? Offensively, he was okay, but where was the defensive education and the defensive smarts at,
Mhm.
right? I mean,
Right.
he walked to this kid with his hands down, high guard, and got caught. Like, what are you doing?
Mm.
I
Right.
mean, this is ridiculous. And so I'm going to praise a complete fighter who's offensively and defensively educated. And people said he's a runner, he's this and that. Listen, he stood in the pocket, toe to toe. And after maybe the fifth or sixth round, what did he do? He got to fight back to the center of the ring, went to the body, went up top, walked him back a few times, and it just changed the fight. And so
Mhm.
for me, fellas, to answer your question directly, I thought Shakur put on a master class, and it's boxing, hit and not get hit. And so,
Facts.
I mean, come on.
Now, what do you
Yeah.
feel like? What do you that Berlenga fight? How do you feel? What you think about Berlenga? That was pretty bad.
I think he put more effort into the press conference trying to argue with Oscar De La Hoya. And you know what I'm saying? He should have been in that gym in that 8-week camp working on defense, right? I mean, listen, a part of me thinks that he took Shafts for granted. I don't think he knew he was getting in the ring with. And sometimes, you know what I'm saying, you see a guy on film or tape and you say, I can land this shot, I can do this or that. But when you're in front of him in that square circle and it's just you and him, like sometimes, bro, especially in the sport of boxing, like your plan A and B is thrown out the window. Like, what's your plan C? And so I thought Berlanga, he engaged too early, too soon, right? And he got
Yeah.
caught. He got caught. And so I thought he should have been a little bit more defensively sounded. He had the jab working at times. He kept throwing the left hook, but I thought he pressed him too early and he got caught.
Mhm.
Great
I don't think
breakdown.
that
That
he
was a
can
great
clean that. I
breakdown.
don't think he can fix none of that.
He
But go ahead,
can't, bro.
CDK.
He can't, bro. He's more worried about chains and
You're right,
women
and
in New
watches.
York, watches,
Yeah.
and it's just come on. Listen, you can't play with the sport of boxing. Like, you can't have one foot in and one foot out. You got to be dedicated to the sport. If not, then
You're
it
gonna
will
get
humble you like
smoked.
it did last night. You'll get smoked.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts. Go ahead, CDK.
Yeah, 1 second. I'm bringing Mr. Shelton up. What's
OG
good, Mr. Shelton?
Shelton. OG Shelton.
Mr.
Fellas,
Shelton, can you hear
what's
me?
happening, man?
Peace,
What's the
peace.
word? What's the
What's
word?
good with you?
You already know.
Hey, this the word
Oh
right here. I
man,
gotta get into this. I gotta get into this, Mr. Shelton. This is the first question I gotta ask you. Is Shakur
uh-huh.
the king of 135?
Mm.
Until somebody beat him, yeah.
Yeah,
Wow. So you
I
don't think
agree
I mean,
with you.
people can
Javante
say what
Davis
they
is?
want. People
Go
can
ahead,
say
Joe.
what they want to say about Shakur Stevenson. If he's all the things that you say he is, then go and beat him. Go beat him.
Right.
Right.
Go beat
You
him.
think he better than Tank? You think he's number one?
I think he's competitive with anybody. I think Tank Davis is probably the only guy who got a shot at beating him.
Mm. Okay,
I
brother
don't think
Shelton.
Abdullah Mason has enough experience to beat him. Kid Austin, he'll beat Kid Austin easier than he beat Cepeda.
Yeah.
Agree. I agree with that.
Agree.
That.
Yep.
And Mr. Sheldon, I think the problem is people have a problem coming out of their mouth saying that he's on that level because Tank has power. It's like they don't want to go ahead and give Shakur his credit. If you know what you're looking at, the man has the full arsenal.
Yes, he does.
Well, what it is what I think D Free said this one time, and I agree with it, and I never forgot it. A lot of these people are not boxing fans; they're man fans.
Yep.
Yeah. Thanks.
They're fans of a guy.
Same
Which
like
is
the
okay.
same like
You
my
can be
man
fans
with
of a guy.
my man that came
Hey,
up
look.
with the basketball guy. They've got
I was a man fan of Muhammad Ali. I didn't care what he did. Muhammad Ali could do no wrong. He could be Superman 3 times in the same day. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that. I agree
I'm
with
a man
that.
fan of Ronnie Lott. I thought Ronnie Lott was the greatest football player ever put on the planet. Until
I actually
heard about this dude from North Carolina named Lawrence Taylor, but that's another story.
Yeah,
I think Shakur Tank. I think Shakur.
They're not fans of the sport. If you're a fan of the sport, you give people credit where it's due.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't like Alvarez. I don't like the way he moves. I don't like a lot of shit about Alvarez, but he's a hell of a fighter.
Yeah,
Does he have a chance to beat Bud? Hell yeah, he got a chance to beat Bud.
Definitely.
Does Bud have a chance to beat him? Hell yeah, he does.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna sit here and say, Bud, just go watch this dude. Alvarez is a fucking beast, man. He's a monster.
Can I make a bold statement, fellas? I think Shakur beat Tank Davis easier than he beat Cepeda last night. I don't think Tank Davis presses Shakur the way Cepeda does. I don't think Tank lets his hands go as easy. And if you tell me the fight's in the center of the ring and it becomes a boxing match, when Tank can't land a big left hand because Shakur is defensively educated, what's plan B? I mean, we saw when Roach could take the power and the left hand was, wasn't getting home.
Nullified.
Plus, exactly. Then, I mean, to me, Tank is straight up and down, no special effects. He's a good fighter, but come on. I mean, I thought Cepeda, and I always thought this, he would be Shakur's toughest matchup because of the pressure. But I think Shakur Stevenson will get the fight in the middle of the ring. He's longer, he's taller, he has a better jab, and Tank has to cut the distance, right? And so if the left hand can't land, Shelton, I mean, what is Tank's plan B, C, D, or E? I mean, he has some wrinkles, of course, but listen, man, skills pays the bills in boxing. Power is a great thing, but when the power doesn't land, then what? So I think Shakur beats Tank Davis easier than he beat Cepeda last night.
Well, the only pushback I have to that is the way he fought Cepeda last night. He cannot fight Tank Davis that way.
Agree.
He can't lay on the rope.
He can't, and I don't think he will.
He can't do
I definitely don't believe he fights like that. He better not.
No, he would use his legs more.
Not.
He would use his legs more versus Tank. And
he would have to use his legs.
And he would tie.
He'd have to keep it in the center of the ring and make it a boxing match. If he makes it a boxing match, he beats Tank easy.
Well, one adjustment that he would make, fellas, is if Tank tried to get him in the corner the way Cepeda did, and Shakur did this late yesterday in the fight, I think he would just tie Tank up and walk him back and have the ref walk him back to center of the ring and then have Tank reset. And so Shakur didn't do a lot of that last night, but I think, from a IQ standpoint.
Well, he didn't have to, bro, because Cepeda ain't got no pop. I've been telling people that for a year. Cepeda ain't got no pop behind him.
He just accumulation of punches.
Yeah.
That's what he does have. That's what he has. He throws a lot of shots. He tires you down. He beats you up. It's knockout power. And that's what you always got to be skeptical about when facing Tank. But we seen Lamont Roach take those shots pretty well. You know what I'm saying? And Shakur would have to answer that question. Like, if he gets hit by Tank, how does he deal with that? How does it affect him? But all those questions will be answered. They just don't fight each other.
But if you guys remember to the build-up of the Roach fight, Tank was the one telling you that this dude is a lot better than y'all think now. I don't think this dude no pushover. Tank was saying that.
He did.
That dude's a whole lot better than people thought. And people want to say, oh, I knew this. No, you didn't.
Yeah,
that dude's a whole lot better than people thought. People thought because that dude was fighting on Pro Box that he was trash.
Yeah, I
don't think it was that.
I told a lot of people that Lamont Roach is better than what people thought, and this is gonna be a fight. They're like, oh, Tank is gonna knock him out in the ninth round. Tank gonna knock him out easy. I'm like, dog, it's not gonna be as easy as you think it is.
Yeah, I didn't see
Tank
that.
might
Yeah.
get the knockout, but it's not gonna be as easy as you think it is.
What they
Yeah, I
did
agree with you,
was,
Free.
let me say to CDK, what they did with this fight was they played triangle theory because Lamont had lost to Jamel Herring. So they said, oh, Shakur stopped Jamel, so Tank should stop Lamont because Shakur can't punch. You see what I'm saying? So people did a
Yeah,
whole bunch of BS triangle theory, not knowing that Lamont is a decorated amateur, signed the golden boy out the amateurs. You see what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I mean, he has a lot of pedigree that people didn't know.
Lamont can fight. I
yeah.
don't care what nobody say. Lamont can fight. He's not the most flashy. He don't do certain things, but he come to fight, man. He gonna train. He gonna come to fight, man. That's what we want to see. He gonna
I
be competitive
yeah.
against anybody. And he was very
I don't have a
young when that
problem with
Jamel
Lamont.
Herring lost too, as well. He was fairly
Yeah, he
young.
went through a lot in that training camp, man. I think if they
I just
fight
want to
10
know why
times, he
people
beats him.
missing the point though. Why no? And Mr. Sheldon and all of y'all know this. People, face somebody. You can face them in their prime. You can face prime. You can face them at the beginning of their career. There's three at different stages of their career, and I don't understand why people would ever can try to take the fight with Jamel Herring and Lamont Roach and say, "Well, this happened." I never do that because common sense tells me that
Mhm.
at different times you're gonna be a different fight.
Yeah, and you're subject to have a bad night. Like my man that covered the NBA. You can go out and shoot, 3 for 16 and be big trash that night, but that doesn't define who you are. You might go out in a stretch of games and shoot bad. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But that doesn't
Absolutely.
mean so you're in it's boxing. It's still I know you can't play boxing. I understand that. But what I'm saying is this: you're still subject to have a bad night because you're human.
Well, that's a
Yeah,
fact,
definitely.
man. And Lamont Roach had a lot going on in that training camp when he fought Jamel Herring. A lot of things that he
Yeah,
never disclosed to the public. So boxing is treated a little bit different from any other sport. You got to be on your P's and Q's. You know what I'm saying? A lot of boxers go into fights with little knick-knack injuries, little hands,
Hmm.
sore ribs,
yeah.
what have you. And so Lamont never made no excuses. Listen, I mean, it is what it is. And I mean, just like last night, right? I mean, Berlenga lost to um, you know, um,
Hamza.
yeah, I
Sherrod,
can't say his name, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna say yeah,
Sherrod.
Shiraz. But then Canelo couldn't knock out Berlinga. So does that
Nice.
mean that Shiraz can beat Canelo? I mean, so it's like we can
Styles make
play this.
fights.
Listen, man, styles make fights, size and length, and listen, man. I look at boxers' attributes. What do you bring to the
Yeah,
ring? Are you tall? Are you lengthy? And so I just think like a lot of boxing fans, man, like they don't know boxing. They go off of what these
sure
biased
don't.
reporters say and they run with it. And last night, bro, Berlinga had no business being the main card. Why is Stevenson the co-main event, bro? Like, what are you
Somebody
doing?
mute their mic. Somebody
Yeah,
please
somebody
mute
mute
their
their
mic.
mic,
Please mute their
please.
mic. We want to have clean audio.
Y'all know, yeah, that's somebody's mic, yeah.
There
But
you go. Go
Berlinga
ahead,
had
bro.
no business, guys, being the main event. And it's just boxing is so corrupt, so corrupt. And so I
Yeah,
don't
it
know.
is. Oh, Mr. Sheldon, I want to ask you this. Please, I got to ask you this. The Alberto Polo fight in Cerebral Matias, how did you see that fight? Honestly. Did you hear me, Mr. Sheldon?
He probably on mute.
He probably on mute. I think Mr. Sheldon on mute, but I definitely want to know what he thought about that fight. Like I said, I still think it was a robbery, and I can't come off with it. I feel like they had plans already. We seen Turk Sheik jump in the ring last night. It was like, man, they was really like, as a promoter, when you're promoting both guys, I don't like to see a promoter rooting for one of the fighters when you're promoting both guys. I think it's a bad look. I just don't like it. It comes off wrong to me. Like if I got two fighters and they're both facing each other and they're my fighters or whatever, I'm just gonna stand back and make the best man win. It doesn't look right when you're jumping up and down for one of the fighters before the fight's even over and whispering this and that into their corner. Like, I don't like that. I don't know how y'all feel about it.
Yeah, well, so Adam, shout out to you in the chat. He said, "I'm sorry, Shakur won the fight, but he still fought ugly a lot of the times in the fight. To
Mhm.
excessive shoulder roll is ugly. He looks, damn, it's close to the
Well,
same as turning your back. Not a fan. That's how you feel. You got your opinion.
yeah, he got his opinion. I didn't see none of that. I thought he fought a flawless
I thought he
fight. I thought
fought
it was an
decently.
excellent fight. For me, watching the fight, what I seen last night was a great victory. Shakur Stevenson showed you who he is, but it's hard to please everybody, and that's the thing about boxing. No matter what you do, somebody's gonna find fault in something you done in the ring, and that's a part of boxing. So I
Now,
respect it. You know
I
what I'm saying?
don't. I think what a lot of people fail to realize is that Shakur was in there with a guy that wasn't trying to lose. So
Right.
you're not going to fight the perfect fight every time. And I told people this from the very beginning. I said this fight is not going to go down the way y'all think it's going to go down. This is going to be a fight. It's not going to go down the way y'all think it's going to go down, because Williams Zepeda is not coming there to lose. He's not coming there to lay down for Shakur for the moment. Yeah, the man was undefeated. He was fighting for a title for the first time. He was gonna do as much as he could possibly do to try to win that title. It just so happened that Shakur was the better fighter. So
yeah, that's it.
I just want to know.
Be ugly at times. I mean,
did you hear my question, Mr. Shelton?
Floyd didn't have.
I just want to know what fight was they watching, because I keep hearing everybody saying that this was a tough competitive fight. This man got outclassed last night.
Yeah, and Mr. Shelton, I've been saying it for weeks now, saying that Shakur was gonna let his hands go.
To Florence. Thank you.
And saying that Williams Zepeda, I kept saying Shakur was gonna let his hands go, and I said Williams Zepeda was not gonna be able to do those, like his punches will be cut in half. The punch stack. I knew he wasn't gonna be able to do with Shakur what he's been doing. I just didn't see that happen.
Yeah, no. I mean, when you fight on a high level, it's never going to go the way you expect it to go.
No, it's not.
Is.
You're right.
Because you're fighting a better competition.
You're right about that.
When you fight the best competition,
I agree.
The fight is going to go different than what most people think is going to go. But I mean, Shakur fought a heck of a fight, and it was no doubt in my mind that Shakur won that fight. There was no doubt.
Yeah, I didn't see a bad shoulder roll. I didn't see him doing, you know what I'm saying? I didn't see all that. I seen something different. I might have seen, maybe I missed something, but the man looked phenomenal to me last night. I ain't taking nothing from him. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't just saying that because I picked him to win.
Did, and I said this too. I said this is going to be Shakur to prove all his naysayers wrong. He did exactly what everybody said he wouldn't do. They said he wouldn't stand in the pocket with Williams Zepeda. He did it.
I knew it. Yep.
So I mean,
I told y'all
exactly what everybody said he wouldn't do. Or
I told y'all in B3 prior to free no. I've been saying it over and over. He was gonna let y'all can tell me if I'm wrong. Have I not been saying the whole last 2 weeks Shakur was gonna let his hands go?
You said it, and I said he's gonna have to, because
you did.
Come at him. He's gonna have to. Because
and that's what made me feel like
you're not gonna be able to pot shot a Williams Zepeda. He's gonna make you fight. Whether he get beat up or not, he gonna make you fight.
Yeah.
Now,
Mr. Shelton, hold on one second. Mr. Shelton, can you hear me?
Mr. Shelton fell down the steps.
Mr. Shelton, you there? Every time I get ready to ask him this question, I think he go out or go mute. But I want to go ahead, B3 my fault. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Well, I want to know. Cause I mean, did y'all see what kind of power did y'all see from Shakur last night? And do y'all think that he has enough to move up to 40 and potentially 47? What's y'all thoughts?
No.
I seen I'm gonna tell you what I call it. I seen the Floyd Mayweather respect power, meaning that I can get your attention. You're not gonna run through what I'm doing, and at times I'm gonna make you think about coming forward. That's enough for me to be able to, you don't have to be able to knock somebody out to make them respect you. I think people get that confused a lot. I think that he done, listen, he looked good. I don't know about going to 147. I'm not going to jump that far. I'll let somebody else. What y'all think about it?
Well, let's get to,
yeah.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
140 is pushing it, right? And so I agree with my man in the top left, CDK. Shakur's power it's sharp, right? It's not gonna hurt you, but it makes you think about just walking straight in a straight line. But hold on, you guys.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but nevertheless, yeah, he got respectable power. He proved it. Zepeda can take a punch. We seen him down against Tevin Farmer, but Shakur has respectable power, I think, and he'd get your attention, like you said, CDK. And dude couldn't
Yep.
walk in. And when he backed Shakur to the ropes, Shakur fought decent off the ropes. I didn't really particularly say like them sitting there, but he did land some nice combinations, some nice counters off the ropes. But that's not where I wanted to see him in that posture in the fight. Because Zepeda gonna throw a lot of punches, but CDK, you was right. He did not. He wasn't throwing all them 100 punches around type ish, because
I told you.
Shakur neutralized a lot of that stuff because of his respectable power. In my opinion, I could be wrong. Speak, could disagree with me. That's cool, but I feel like Shakur put on a hell of a performance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. I mean, I think he can move to 140. I mean,
Yeah.
there are some big punchers at 140, but I think his skill is good enough to where he
Yeah.
still can win. Now, will he take a loss at 140? I mean, he could take a loss at 135. It might not have to be 140, but
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think he still will be a top level fighter at 140. Does he have enough power to slow people down? Depending on the fighter,
You
because
talking
some
about
some
you talking about Shakur?
yeah, it
Yeah,
depends on the
yeah, I agree.
fighter, because some fighters have a granite chin, and
Yep.
those shots doesn't bother them, but other fighters who might not have a sturdier chin, that it might bother them. Even though Shakur is not a big puncher, it might
Right.
bother them because their chin is not sturdy. So it all depends on the fighter, because it could be at 47. Shakur can knock somebody out at 47, but the other guys he can't. So it all depends on the fighter.
It does. Can
And
you
let me
hear me?
say this right quick. Let me say this right quick, fellas.
Okay.
A lot of times we get caught up in the power aspect of boxing,
Yeah.
and the bottom line is, I don't have to knock you out. I just gotta beat you. I just gotta
Yeah.
outpoint you and not get knocked out in the process.
Listen, Shell, let me ask
And
you a question.
Shakur is, yeah, yeah,
I've tried to ask you this 3 times. I don't mean because I'm sorry for cutting you off. Pull
okay.
up. That fight last night. Your honest opinion. What do you think about that fight?
Puello Matias.
Yes. Yeah. Puello Matias.
I thought Puello pulled it out. I thought Puello
Me
did
too.
enough,
Me
but
too.
I understood why the judges saw it the way they saw it. Because
Yeah.
if you
Free
look at that
said.
fight, Puello was boxing off the back foot beautifully. He was catching Matias coming in, but Matias never stopped throwing punches and he never stopped going forward.
He didn't.
Never.
And Free said that too. Free said that too. And I was telling Free, because Free said he didn't see it. There was times when Alberto was able to stop Cerriba in his tracks.
Yep.
Like
And
to
he'll
me,
back up, take one step back, and keep coming.
yep, and come forward. Yep. Yep. It was a great fight. I
And the
loved the
judges
fight.
that he had, the judges that they had there, like that. They respected that. That's why they gave him the
Yeah.
fight.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that right there. I thought he won, but like you said, it was a close fight. It was a good fight. You can't be mad.
It
It's
wasn't
not
a
a fight.
robbery. It wasn't a
was no
robbery.
robbery.
I'll say that. It wasn't a robbery. No.
Yeah, it wasn't a robbery, but I feel like Puyo did enough to win.
Yeah.
I don't feel like Subriel beat the champion. In other words,
Yeah, that's a
No,
good.
but
That's a
here's the
good.
thing though. You also got to factor this in too. Turkey Al Sheikh has plans for Matias.
I said it.
I
I
was
said
just
it.
about to
I
ask you
said
that. I was my bad, CDK. I was just about to
so
ask
did
y'all
D
that
three.
the Dalton Smith fight. What y'all think about that for Matias? Oh,
I
y'all know
don't know.
Dalton
That's a
Smith?
good fight.
I seen
That's a good fight for
it's
yeah.
Matias.
yeah,
It's a
it'd
good
be
fight
cool.
for Matias.
It's gonna be better. It'd be better watching it than it is on paper. I say that.
Mm,
Yeah.
It's a good fight for
respectful.
Matias because
Hey,
it's his
Mr. Shell, did
style.
you
It's
see?
right up his alley.
Yeah, you seen how Turkey
Huh?
was jumping up and down and ready and already. To me, he already knew some Matias won. That's how I looked at it.
Well, I ain't gonna say that. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna say that. But what I am gonna say is, it may have been implied in some pre-fight meetings that we need to
Yeah.
give this guy as much leeway as possible. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. I agree. Yep.
Now
I
they were
feel the
saying that
same
they
way.
was gonna throw that fight on the November 22nd, possibly. I was wondering why they wouldn't do. I guess AJ or Fury not coming back this year, because that seemed like that would with Dalton Smith. That could be a good fight for like a UK fight.
They need to get Gary Antoine Russell on one of these cards.
Putting Dalton
All right.
Smith and
My
Matisse
bad,
in the
guys.
UK. You know what I'm saying? But I'm assuming that Turkey not bringing back AJ or Fury this year. I know Fury not coming back this year, but I guess AJ not coming back this year either.
Fury's fighting in April.
Next April, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like I was saying, guys, Shakur got no business at 147. He'll get hurt up there. He has enough skills to pay the bills at 140. He can get by. He'll be some close fights. Don't get it twisted. But you know what I'm saying, like Roger Mailer used to say, you know, size plays a factor, but I'll take skills every day of the week. So he has enough pop to keep you off of him, to make you think about walking in a straight line, just coming straight forward. But I think Shakur can do okay at 140. I think he beats Devin Haney. I think he beats Timmy and Phil Lopez. I think he beats Prograis. I think he beats a lot of guys at 140. Because again, those guys are not skillful like that, in my opinion. So he can do it.
I think Devin Haney is very skillful, but he's not at 140 no more. He's at 147. I don't know if back down from 147. I don't know yet. Got to see how this fight plays out, Junior. But man, I would like to see that fight between Devin Haney and Shakur. I wouldn't have a problem with that fight.
You think Devin's skillful?
Yeah, I think Devin's very skillful. I think Devin Haney. I think he's very skillful. I think Devin Haney gets a lot of slack, but I think Devin Haney is very skillful. A very skillful fighter.
And I know a lot of people may disagree. He can take a punch too.
Yeah, I like Devin Haney.
When I say skillful, fellas, I mean, yeah, offensively he has fast feet. He's a technician with distance. He has a sharp jab, maybe one of the best jabs at the lower divisions. But for me, it comes down to Devin isn't always in position to be defensively responsible in fights. And he's been caught in previous fights, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know if he has the defensive acumen. And we're going to see it.
Let me ask you a question. Devin Haney has how many fights Devin Haney got?
I'm not sure. I think like
32,
anybody know?
32, 33?
32, 33, right?
32.
How many times have you seen Devin Haney hurt?
Linares hurt him at the end of the round. And then I think Ryan Garcia hurt him.
So out of 33 fights, I don't think those are bad odds. I think in boxing, you're going to get into a situation sometime where you might get caught with a good shot. Devin Haney
31-0.
Okay.
30, okay.
31-0.
So I'll take those odds. If I've been hurt in only 2 fights, don't want to get hurt in no fight, but I can take those odds and say that, what I see from him, I think he's fundamentally sound on the defensive end. That Ryan Garcia fight with me, I don't know what he was doing. I ain't gonna tell no lie. I don't like that game plan. I thought it was the worst game plan possible. But I didn't like the way he fought.
He was winning the fight until he fought Ryan's fight. He was winning the fight easily in the middle of the ring.
That fight proved to me how tough he is. That fight proved to me how tough he is because he kept getting up.
I agree.
He kept getting up. And a lot of people would have laid down.
You're right about that, Mr. Sheldon. I see
that fight proved to me that that they didn't do their homework. And PEDs are not right. You gotta get, bro. Like you have to know the left hook is coming. Like where is your defense? I mean, that's what I'm talking about. Like, I mean, no, that proved. I mean, listen.
There's no defense for a bionic man.
He got
when you hold on.
Come on, bro.
Come on. Let me speak. When we have a guy that's a 19-time amateur champion, that retired Luke Campbell, that stopped Javier Fortuna in like 6 rounds, champion. Like you're not playing. You don't play boxing. So he's souped up and he looked for an advantage and he whipped up on Devin. But I can't knock Devin because he fought somebody that was formidable and he used juice. Now, just because people want to diminish Ryan, they don't understand the sport. So we know. So
what Ryan looked like without the juice. He got smoked by Rolly.
So I'm not referring to the juice and everything you said, my guy, below CD3. I agree with, but I was more so referring to PEDs or not. Devin throwing that shotgun jab, leaving the left hook, exposing that. I mean, that's what I'm referring to. Like, I don't care what Ryan took. Like, the left hook got there. And so I'm just saying, Devin should have been more defensively sounded in the fight. That's all I'm saying here. PDs or not, the
Yeah,
left hook got there. That's all I'm saying.
I've said that too. Repeatedly, I've said that. But I also say that when you taking juice and stuff like that in the sport of boxing, and we know it's dangerous, that left hook probably got there a little faster than normal. There are reasons why they don't want you taking certain stuff.
That's fair.
And you know what I'm saying? There's a reason why.
I do. That's fair. Good point. I can concede that. That's fair.
Yeah.
And let's say this though. That was definitely a situation where Devin left himself exposed. He overextended on the jab and he got clipped early.
Mm-hmm.
That See, the thing about it is what Devin wasn't prepared for that. Let's be clear. Devin went in the fight with the intention to beat up Ryan and stop him.
Yeah.
He thought he was going to clip Ryan. He clipped him in the third. Ryan, punched his fist together and said, "Come on, give me some more." So you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so
Good
he
point.
couldn't hurt Ryan. You know what I'm saying? But Devin, he's thinking Ryan was weak because Ryan quit versus Tank. So
Yep.
that's what the mentality he took in there, and he got hit with something else. He got hit with Ryan and his team. Ryan, of course, he tweeted out, I'm not about to. He said, "I'm doing this to win." Like he not about to lose 3 pounds for what? So, I mean, he had his game plan. He used it to his full advantage. Now, with that being said, what y'all think about Devin versus Norman?
I've already. Whoever want to go first, I'll go last on this.
I think Devin outboxes him for the first 4, 5, 6, 7 rounds. I think he boxes Norman slow to me. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Norman has to be able to land the shot, right? And Norman said this a few days ago in an interview. He says a power is one thing, but can you land the power shot? I think Devin, if Devin is going to get back to where he was, not the Ramirez fight, but just, you know what I'm saying, gauging distance, keeping a jab in his face, turning him, making him reset, making Brian Norman think. I think the first 5, 6 rounds is going to be like a Devin being a boxing tactician. But in my opinion, and I could be wrong here, I think 6, 7, 8 rounds, I think Norman just catches him with a shot, the left hook, and Devin's out of there. I mean, that's what I think is going to happen.
That's a fair assessment. I feel like Devin is going to box. The fight could go either way. I feel like I think Devin going to be a lot different, and I feel like he's going to use his jab and use his lateral movement, frustrate Norman, but he got to watch out because Norman got power in both hands. So I don't know who I'm going to pick just yet. I'll pick when the fight, the day before the fight or the day of, but it's 50-50.
What do you think, Free? Free, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I think Devin is going to try to outbox Brian Norman, but what I think a lot of people are not taking into consideration is Brian Norman has been getting a lot better every time he stepped in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
And rightfully so, he hasn't faced anybody of the level of a Devin Haney, but he has improved every time he got in the ring. And I think Brian Norman has enough boxing skills to be able to box with Devin Haney. And the difference between him and Devin Haney is the power. I think Devin Haney, he's not very defensively sound far as like a Shakur Stevenson where he predicates on being defensively. I think he predicates on being a boxer. And so at times Devin does drop his right hand and leave himself open. At times Devin will duck to the right and to try to get away from a shot. And so I think that at some point Brian Norman might catch Devin with a big shot, and we got to see how Devin reacts once he does get touched by Brian Norman. Because I think Brian Norman will catch him at some point. We just got to see how Devin reacts.
Definitely. And me and Free have been talking about this, and we both in the agreement that Devin Haney is going to have to take a shot to see and to get comfortable. It don't have to be a big shot, but it has to be something to get his attention in order for him to get that confidence back, because the confidence is not there right now. And I think that's the way he fought. That's the reason why he fought like he did in this last fight. But I do believe this. If I'm breaking it down to what I see from both guys in attributes, Devin Haney has one of the best jabs in boxing. Footwork goes to Devin Haney. Power goes to Junior Brian Norman Jr. IQ, I definitely believe right now at this moment, because of the experience level, I have to lean towards Devin with that. But the thing is, and the question is, can Devin Haney stay perfect for 12 rounds? Because I think it's going to come down to that. Can I stay perfect? Can I box for 12 rounds without allowing him to catching me with this big shot? If we were talking about Shakur,
definitely can.
Yeah. If we were talking about Shakur Stevenson, I definitely would say no doubt about it. You see what I'm saying? But in Devin's case, like Free said, like Free said, he's not Shakur Stevenson on the defensive end. He brings a lot to the table. It's a 50-50 fight. If it comes down, if Devin's able to take his shot, Devin wins. But that's the question. If he's able to take his shot, I think it's gonna be one of those fights, man, where we're gonna be on the edge of our seats, waiting for Brian Norman to land that punch, and it could be a situation where that punch doesn't land.
Yeah. That very well could happen.
Great analysis, man. I agree.
It very well could happen. But yeah, I think it's going to be a bomb burner. I want to see what Devin looks like in the first round. If Devin is moving around the ring like he did with Jose Ramirez, I think this is going to be a fight where the fans are going to be upset, and they might, depending on how things go, they might lean towards Brian Norman.
Yeah, I can see that. Mr. Shell, what do you think about it?
I think it's a good fight. I think Brian Norman is a lot better than people think.
Yeah.
They talk about who'd he knock out? Who'd he knock out? He knocked him out. Whoever it was.
Yeah.
He knocked him out. His last 3 fights have been knockouts.
Mm-hmm.
So,
just like Brother Greg said.
They didn't get back up either.
Just like Brother Greg said, it's still a man.
It's still a man. He knocked him out. His last 3 fights have been knockouts. And people forget. They talk about Sasaki, right? People forget they brought him to San Diego to lose. Y'all remember that?
Oh, yep. I know exactly what you're talking about.
They brought him to San Diego to lose.
Versus
He went in there, beat that man up, stopped him in his hometown.
Yes, he did. Won me some money.
The number 1 contender in the WBO, the number 1 ranked guy in the WBO, went to his hometown, beat him up, stopped him, knocked him out. So let's not just say because Haney fought this guy and Haney fought that guy. You fought them guys at a lower weight, my man. You ain't done shit at 147. This dude been at 147 his entire career. So all that yapping you doing, it sound good. Can you prove it?
Man. Yep, I agree with all that. It's gonna be a good fight, and like Free and everybody saying, man, it's gonna be one of them fights, man. It can go one or two ways. It can be a barn burner, or it can be a dud. You know what I'm saying? It can be Devin Haney on his bicycle all night trying to stay away, and I don't want to see that. I definitely believe that Devin's gonna have to get his confidence from not taking a big shot, but just something to wake him up and say, all right, man, my chin's still there. I'm okay. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm telling you. He fought like he did in the last fight is because I felt like his confidence wasn't all the way back. That's just my humble personal opinion on that. I could be wrong.
Well, I broke this fight down before. Devin is going to have to box at times, and Devin going to have to stand his ground and fight at times. He's going to have to keep Norman off balance. You got to keep him off balance because if you let Norman settle into the fight, it's going to be a problem for him.
Right. Good point.
I agree. Hey, y'all, before we go, is there any last thing anybody want to say or quit or anything?
Nah, I'm good.
Yeah. I do want to say something, man. I do want to say this. We had a good night of boxing last night.
Yes, sir.
I hope all the narratives have been squashed about this guy and that guy. Look, I love the back and forth. I love the banter. I love people having their opinions. But we don't know what's gonna happen until these guys get in the ring, man. Stop speaking things like they facts.
That's right.
This is what's
That's
gonna
right.
happen. I know you don't know anything. All you know is that they have a fight date and a time to fight. That's all you know.
That's it. All you can give is an opinion.
That's a fact, man. CDK, man. I appreciate you, man, for allowing me to come up here and get my shit off.
Man, I appreciate you. Come back anytime.
Yeah, man, for sure, man. And my last thing is this, man. I got to give Cepeda his due, bro. Even in a loss, I was impressed by that guy, bro. Like, listen, that's what you call boxing, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes you just lost to a better fighter, and so this whole I'm taking a loss or the old got to go. Listen, bro, it's okay. It's okay. You lost to there's no shame in losing to Shakur Stevenson. So I think Cepeda fought a hell of a fight last night, man. I love his style. He made me a fan last night, honestly, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
He fought his best fight last night in the loss to me.
Facts. Yeah. So, all right, man. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, man. Come on back. Hey, you do have your own. Oh, he gone. I'll go ask him about his channel.
Yeah,
I want to check him out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I rock with the NBA. And maybe if he's still listening, drop your channel in the chat so we can come check you out, brother. If you're still listening.
Definitely. Free. Anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Nah, man. I mean, you already know. It's always good conversation when we come up here.
Yes, sir.
Everybody respects everybody's opinion. But we had a great weekend of boxing. Not just last night. This whole weekend was a great weekend of boxing. We had the women's put on a fire card, and we had the men put on a fire card last night. And a lot of things was put out there, and a lot of things was shown to be not true. And like I said, Shakur Stevenson went out there and was able to shut up a lot of his naysayers that said he was a runner, he wasn't going to stand in the pocket, and that man showed that he's willing to do what he got to do to win the fight. If that's what he got to do to win the fight, that's what he's going to do.
Yeah, he definitely did. And to everybody, if you're here, do me a favor, man. I appreciate y'all for taking the time out to hear what we had to say. Please hit the like button if nothing else. I you know what I'm saying? That means a lot to me. Just hit the like button. Let me know you came through. If you do number, drop a comment in the comment section. Just saying salute, what's up, or whatever. Hell, it don't matter. Whatever you got to say, I respect you. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate
shout out
y'all.
To the brother name of his channel is Time Out with Mr. Maz. So y'all go like and subscribe. Come over there. Yeah. I'll definitely subscribe once I get off of this live to Time Out with Mr. Maz. So salute to you for coming up. Respectful brother, knows his boxing too. We'd love to have you back.
Yeah, we'll be back. This CDK Sports Talk Network. We out.
Peace.
Peace.